Good morning, everybody. It is a good morning. It is the morning after. The morning after sign the hostage deal and the end of war, probably in Israel. I'm so amazed and totally emotional about that. So it's a long time ago that I posted a video, but today I have. I am in the middle of nowhere. I am on a mountain in Israel, in peace and quietness, not far away from the Gaza Strip. So I'm hearing the bombardment. It's still going on a little bit. So and the hostage deal will come to pass probably Monday. So the whole country is celebrating, of course, and they have a excitement, and you can feel this in the spirit realm. This war lasted more than 2 years, and I was twice in the country during this time. I was last year here for 3 months, also during Iran attacked us, and I'm also here now for almost 3 months. So, and I'm stand with Israel, and I cried with the people, and I was sitting with the neighbors in the bomb shelter when the bombs are flowing around and the missiles coming in. And for me, it was a privilege to be here and to experience all this and to stand with the people. And now I will be also in the country when Trump is coming in. Trump is coming in next week here. They already making preparation at the airport for that. And that means this is not only a breakthrough in Israel, it is also a breakthrough around the whole world. As I told already in previous videos, that we should hold the hands up of Israel so that they can fight not for themselves but for us. So because whatever happens on the earth is happening first in Israel, the bad thing and the good thing. So, and when Israel is winning a war, what they always did in the last hundreds and hundreds of years here, even so they never started a war, we have the breakthrough on earth. So, and this is the reason we need to stand and fight with Israel. And we are in the ages of Matthew 24, where Jesus is telling that we will hear about war and war rumors and earthquakes and natural disasters, and this will not be the end. So, and probably now, as you maybe all heard, that President Trump will maybe get a Nobel Prize award as a peace president. Maybe we are coming in this area of forced peace. But it doesn't matter today, because the people are really, they are celebrating. And we have also the Feast of Sukkot at the moment. This is amazing. This is the same time the hostages will be released when Sukkot is coming to an end. It is so biblical where we are in at the moment, and yeah, I'm so excited. My personal war started a week before the 7th of October 23, when I encountered a Syrian orphan in the streets of Damascus. I already told the story when I was so hit by this sleeping boy on the streets in Damascus, in the dirt, midnight, and I didn't know why it hit me so much until God showed me months later that probably this little boy will become one day the leader of Hamas or Hezbollah or you name it, because he probably never know what love is. And he is sitting in his basement of shame and hatred and darkness and shutting down all his emotion. I already told that Syria has prison for children. And I was so broken when I came out of this country in 23, and then my whole journey of discovering the basement of people, the dark basement of people started. So, and I realized what are happening to people, they never get to know love. Through traumas, through childhood, also of weird wirings in the brain and generational curses, whatever. And God is sending us. God is sending us in Isaiah 61. This is our task to fulfill of this earth, that we should set the captives free, that we should release the prisoner into freedom and joy. And this was in Isaiah 61, but Jesus confirmed it in Luke 4, when he came out of the desert, his fighting, his war, when he came out of the desert in Luke 4, and he was going into the synagogue and he was reading out of the scroll of Isaiah. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me to set the captives free. So, and this is also relevant for us. So to go and to love on people and to set the people free. It doesn't matter if they are victims or if they are offenders. It doesn't matter. We should love our neighbors as ourselves. So first of all, we need to love ourselves. This is for sure. So because when we can't love ourselves, we can't love our neighbors. This is also for sure. And therefore, we need to face our traumas and our difficulties, our struggles, our battles, our wars. So, and I can feel my personal crossing over. So we are now in the Hebrew year of 5786, and 6 is the letter Vav. This is a connection letter, so in the Hebrew alphabet, and it means heaven to earth. So whatever God spoke in heaven will come to pass to earth. So, and this is what we entered some couple of weeks ago, when there was the Feast of Trumpet, Rosh Hashanah, and after this month of repentance, this month of Elul, and yes, we are now in this amazing year that whatever God spoke about us is maybe coming to pass now. Connection from heaven to earth. Before I came to Israel this time, I had a picture about a laser pointer coming from heaven to earth, and it was exactly pointing on a laser pointer on a point. So, and this had a big meaning in my life, but also here in Israel. And God showed me my heart, because my heart was broken about the last two years, what I was going through. I already told about this. I wrote a book about it. It will come out soon. Therefore, I will go home back to Canada, and it will publish there. I'm flying out next week and back home, and yes, and it's God was telling me I should build an altar, like it was in the story of Jacob, when he was sleeping on the stone, when he ran away and he slept on the stone and had this dream about the ladder, and God was above the ladder and spoke to Jacob. And when Jacob woke up, it was like a laser pointer, like the ladder coming from heaven to earth, and the angel descending and ascending back and forth to heaven. And Jacob knew he has to build an altar for God, and it was his personal Bethel. It became a church, So, and I visited this place not long ago with friends, and I saw an altar there, So, and God was telling me I should build these kind of altar in my heart, because he was showing my heart was broken because what I experienced the last 2 years. And there was a part, it was like stone. And this is okay because when you're going through trauma or abuse or whatever, you're closing yourself up. This is for sure. And this is a trauma response, and this is probably good also for the body because I was really frozen when I came out of Canada in March. So, and then I wrote my book, and then God said to me, go to Israel, and I did. And staying near the war zone, and yes, but God is working in this land. And I was in a prayer house in Jerusalem for 2 months, every day, almost every day. And God showed me a picture when I looked out of the window, because I could see the old city and the Kidron Valley and the Mount of Olives, but he was showing me it was like a heart in the land. And the right side above, it looked like a stone. So, and this was not only my heart, it is the land of Israel. There is a heart there is a part of the heart what is so frozen and so traumatized. You can feel this in the whole country, of course, with this war going on. And before the war broke out, it was short before civil war here, like it is now in France and in the UK. So, and now the war hit, and Israel is still divided, and but there's still the spirit of unity to set the captives free, And coming back, I saw this heart of Israel, and my heart was a picture of that. God is always working in personal pictures with me, and then I know it is for some countries or whatever. And I also saw this for Canada. So, but I know that Canada one day will become again a leaf of the tree of healing. So, and at the moment, the whole world turned against Israel. There are only a few who didn't sign the paper to the two-stage solution, so what will never going to be happen. So, and God will judge these nations, I know, and it's sad. It's also Canada, but anyway, I hope you are standing with me and pray for that nation. I had 2016 a vision about a place I didn't know before. I was in Toronto, and somebody invited me to come over to Ottawa, and I explored the downtown city there, and came around a corner, and that was my vision, and it was a place of the flags of Canada. So these are all the provinces and territorium of Canada, and I was sitting there for 2 hours, and I was praying because I knew I have to be there. So, and this is so significant. Ottawa is the capital city of Canada, and all the life is flowing out of there. This is the heart of Canada, and there's also this broken part, this stone part of the heart, as it is in Israel, and I can feel it in my own life. So I have not a heart of stone, I have a heart of flesh. Jesus gave me this. But I experience this, and I can see this, and I can feel this, especially when I'm in these kind of countries. This is for sure. So, and coming back to our own lives and what we should do, we need to love on these people, on these countries. We need to love on the orphan boys. They are living on the streets and maybe becoming a terrorist or a leader of a terrorist group, and we also need to love on our neighbors and need to love on the offenders and help the victims to get free. So Jesus was setting me free over the years and giving me my voice back, because I was always, the devil always tried to shut me down. So I was growing up under a narcissistic father, and I took care of him the last year of his life. So, and he was also the sex offender in my life when I was very, very young. But still, I have to love on the people. It was not easy, and after a year, I broke down. That was a week before he died. So, but Jesus never, never, never promised us that we will have a glorious, joyful, no problem life. No, he said that he will with us in all our trials and battles and wars. So, and we need to hold on to that and keep going. Keep going and keep going and keep on loving people. It doesn't matter what. So, and I experienced a lot of abuse in my life, but I always prayed to God, please let my heart be fleshy. I will not allow the devil that my heart will become hard or stony. I want to love on people still. So, and I had the privilege to minister with the Healing Room of Scotland not long ago in Scotland on an outdoor event. And God was sending me exactly these kind of people where I had my traumas, where I went through and got healed, you know. So adoptees and narcissistic victims and natives, and it was amazing to see how Jesus touched them all, you know, and get them into peace. And this is what we need. We need peace in our souls. It doesn't matter what, you know. I'm in a war zone, and I was in different countries in war zones, and I was still surrounded by peace. It doesn't mean that I have no battles. Oh, I can tell you I have a lot of battles. So, but there's always peace with God. And when you are entering into this peace, into his shalom, what is so much more than peace, everything is there, also his love. So, and you can feel this in your spirit to spirit. So, and yeah, what should I tell? I'm super excited what's going on next week here in the country, and I'm also excited that I'm still here and I can see this, experience this, as I experienced the war in this country for almost 6 months, and standing with the people and crying with my friends. And I mean, in the night, my little shack, I'm living in a little shack at the moment, so, and the shack is shaking because of the bombardment in Gaza Strip, you know, so, but I still can sleep, so, and there are no sirens or whatever, so, and I experienced this already in Jordan, at the border to Syria in 2015. I experienced that in Mozambique. I experienced this already another time in Israel. And yeah, we need the Prince of Peace. We need Jesus, all. So, and then we can come out of the basement of shame. So, and my heart is really broken for the people who can get out of the basement of their lives, because they are so traumatized, they are so shameful, or the head is not really wiring the right way, whatever. There are so many different reasons why they are not can get out of the basement of shame and darkness and hatred. And maybe over the generations they are in this basement, you know. We all have a story, all. So there's no people on earth who has not a story. So, and For me, it's a privilege to sit down and to hear the stories. So it doesn't matter if they are big or small or bad or much more bad. So, because then I have a human in front of me and they are telling their stories, you know. Yes, I really want to encourage you today. Be excited of what is coming, because the breakthrough here in Israel now and the hopeful release of all the hostages next week will bring a breakthrough in all nations and also in in your own life. So, and this was Israel was fighting for over the last 2 years, for the breakthrough on earth. Because still Israel is a chosen country. The Jews are the chosen people of God. And we need to recognize this. And the church needs to recognize this. Many churches don't do that. And they will fall. I can tell you that. So we need to stand with his chosen people. And this is already in the Bible. When we are blessing Israel, we will be blessed. And we are cursing Israel, we will be cursed. And that's true. Okay, that is now all for me today. And we will see what God is doing from next week on. And I'm happy to fly back home, and we'll see what the new season, the new chapter, the new year will bring. And I bless you all with this connection year, with this Vav year, that all promise God gave you will come to pass. And please don't forget to love on people. Bye.